I'm high pace with a high rise taste.
Addicted to the vapors of paper. Embarking the darkest sins in the hearts of men. Every rapper that rap ain't celebrity.
You're tuned in to Two Cynics in a Pod with your hosts Gotham Green and Martin Arsenault, a weekly drop-in on a conversation between two friends of over 20 years.
What's happening, Gotham Green?
Yo, Mart, what up, brother? What's going on?
Just another day in this lovely hellscape. The horror, the horror persists, but so do I.
I feel you. You know, I hear you, bro. It's been a tough week, but the only saving grace that I have is that it is spring break here in New York, and it is also Passover week, so traffic has not been terrible.
Oh, nice.
So I'll take that anytime I get it. Traffic is a win in New York, or no traffic is a win in New York.
That's a huge win.
Oh, my God, dude. It's fucking terrible.
My only saving grace is watching these millionaire women go to space and show me flowers in space and tell me how I'll never know love until I see the Earth from space. That it really lifts me up.
Can you even consider it going to space if you just like basically crack this fake ass line that they created that says, hey, this is the border of atmosphere and space? Like, you didn't go to fucking space.
I mean, I think so because you're weightless. Yeah. That is like the least of my gripes with this Blue Origin flight.
Like, yo, this is important. Like, what the fuck? There's not other shit we could be doing. Also, I'm so fucking tired of Oprah, dude. I can't stand Oprah. Like, I gotta watch video footage of fucking Oprah crying on the ground. Bitch, you ain't in the air.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? Like, what's the problem here? Like, it's just annoying. Gayle King,
what
Oprah.
About the astronauts that were stuck in space forever? Like, these women were in space for like 10 or 11 minutes, and they're kissing the ground. Like, what about the actual astronauts doing real work?
What are you kissing the ground for, you fucking morons? Like, relax, okay? It's not Apollo 13.
Yeah, the only silver lining I can take out of this is eventually all these rich people going, like, eventually one of these rockets will explode and kill a bunch of billionaires. So,
Jesus, that's crazy. That's interesting.
That's a dark thought, I know, but you know, it'll happen.
But sure. Bro, they're using this as like a touting of feminism, like as if every fucking woman in the world could do this. Like, nobody can do this, dude. Like, guess what? Lauren Sanchez wouldn't have been able to fucking do this if it wasn't for fucking Jeff Bezos. Like,
yeah.
Katy Perry, all right, she could afford it. You know what I mean? Even though she's an asshole and nobody likes her, she can afford it. Even Gayle King, Oprah would have covered that fee for her.
Yeah.
Yo, what the fuck? Like, regular women can't do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Indian astronaut that was up there looks like a completely different person now that they brought her down 3 years later. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I have a lot of thoughts about this. It is like peak neo-colonial feminism. It is just, like, for anyone to claim that this is any type of feminism it's insane. It's
preposterous.
Like, I'm at a loss for words because it makes me so mad, to be honest.
My favorite part, I don't even know if you saw the video. My favorite part was the video of when it landed and Jeff Bezos fucking fell on his face.
No, I didn't watch any of it, actually. I've just seen the memes and video clips from on Instagram.
Dude, when they, I'm sure it's on there, but matter of fact, I know it's on there because I've been laughing at it for the last couple of days, but yeah, dude, when it touches down or whatever, I guess Bezos like runs up to it and he's like looking through the windows and then he's like trying to run towards like the door area or whatever, and he fucking just falls, like it looks like in a ditch or whatever. And he just fucking face plants and gets back up, hops back up. But Incredible. It's just like indicative of like, it's indicative of like the entire thing. Like the entire thing was summed up in that moment where it's like just fucking wasting a whole bunch of money to fall flat on your face. Yep. Like ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, I saw something too that just made a great point today on Instagram. A guy was talking about how we've regressed in the exploration of space and how this is like not monumental at all. If anything, it's just set us back, and how it's just not cool, and how like seeing rovers on Mars and exploring other planets is way cooler than seeing celebrities in space.
Forget about all
dude,
that.
If I was in that with Katy Perry, if I was in that pod with Katy Perry starting to sing It's a Wonderful World,
I would have tried to open the door.
Honestly.
Let me out, sir. You're 200,000 feet in the air. Let me out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Dude, here's the thing, right? Look, all right, I get it, right? Look, America, celebrity culture, whatever. You got enough money, you can do whatever you want. Cool. Do you realize that there's other countries right now that are actually focusing on advancing their space programs and getting to places where we keep talking about we're already going to get to, but we're not, right? So meanwhile, while you idiots are playing fucking a game of fucking celebrity space, space exploration, there's countries out there that are really working hard to advance that, and you guys are not. And so what'll happen is that another country will get to Mars first, and then there'll be like this whole huge thing, you know? And so it's just another thing where it's just like, bro, you're doing these stupid things, and you're just setting us back on the fucking global scale. I mean, like, how much more do we need for the rest of the world to just look at Americans like clowns?
Oh, man, we have so much work to do.
And like, yo, I'm not, look, dude, how do I say this? I don't really give a fuck enough to care, but like, I'm not anti-American, bro. I have pride, but yo, you guys are making it real hard to have pride. And like, I go international. Like, I mean, look, I got an advantage because until I open my mouth internationally, people don't really know where I'm from. Right? But yo, dude, we are like the laughing stock of the rest of the world. And it's been like that for a long time with just the dumb shit that we focus on. But this is not helping, man.
No, it is only exacerbating how the rest of the world feels. And they see it clearly. They're like, wow, you're sending millionaires to space while your lower class is suffering and your middle class is dwindling.
It's preposterous.
You know, they see it. It's crazy how a lot of Americans don't see that, but like people in other countries that have never even been here, and all these reels coming from China talking shit about us, especially after J.D. Vance made the Chinese peasants comment. Like they've just unleashed, they've actually taken down, they've unrestricted a lot of restrictions on Chinese social media just so they can dog Americans right now. Because China is blowing up. Like millennials are living their best life. They're basically living the life that Gen X got to live in the 90s and the 80s. They're living their best life now, millennials. They are one of the most well-paid workforces in the as a whole. And
I know.
They're doing what
crazy.
they want. They're traveling. They're buying things. They're innovative. Their science and math culture is just thriving, while ours is just continuing to suffer. And like the more that this new administration cuts down on educational systems and forces education systems to do their bidding basically and have them kiss Trump's ring, it's just going to get worse. It's crazy. We're just leaning into it.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, if you like across the world, if you just mention the word STEM, people are like, oh yeah, I know exactly what STEM is, right? If you ask an American kid, yo, what's STEM? He's like, you mean the thing on the tree? Like, no, dude, I don't mean the fucking thing on the tree, you moron. This is why we're not advancing, you dummy. Look, dude, like, it's crazy, right? Like, in other countries, you'll have like one influencer. That person didn't set out to be an influencer. They just have a lot of following for whatever reason. In America, you have kids now when on school projects, when it's like, remember when we were kids and they're like, yo, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I was like, baseball player. Yo, these kids are writing influencer. What does that mean?
Wow.
What are you going to influence, you dummy?
That's scary.
You can't even fucking read a book. It's ridiculous, dude. This is like the worst reality show I've ever seen.
Oh, I know. It seems like an experience or an alternate reality now.
I mean,
that we're
really,
living in.
dude. It's like a simulation for real.
Completely different from how we grew up in the 90s.
Oh my God, dude.
I could have never
80s, the 90s.
imagined this. I mean, I guess I could, and I've been, screaming into the void about, we're, approaching a total fascist system and everything, but actually living in it is just like, it's crazy pants. It's insanity.
Oh, dude, it's preposterous. And I'm not even just talking about the current administration, which is also its own clown show. But I'm just talking about in general. And not only America, but America mostly, but the world, dude. The world has become like the wildest reality show I've ever seen. Like, you got presidents or leaders of other countries making jokes in the Oval Office about people's lives.
Yeah.
That shit's okay?
Are you talking about the Bukele thing?
Yeah, dude, what the fuck? Yo, listen, whether or not you think that guy is MS-13, whether or not you think he deserves to be here, doesn't deserve to be here, cool. It ain't cool as the leader of a nation to be making fucking winky wink jokes about how you think I would let smuggle a terrorist into the country? What are you fucking talking about, man?
I mean, it's abhorrent. It's abhorrent. And I mean, like, the guy is proven that he wasn't an MS-13 also.
Regardless, even if he is.
I totally agree with you.
Yo, just do the right thing or whatever. Just don't do the wrong thing. How about that? I'm not even asking for you to do the right thing anymore. All I'm asking for you is to just not do the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be that hard, bro. It gets to be frustrating. And like, yo, look, dude, like, I know, like, I understand that, like, yo, I'm a jokey guy. I have a sense of humor. Like, I have a tattoo that says laughter is life. And this is supposed to be light. But come on, man. Like, you're making it real hard for people to just be like, all right, I get it. Like, yo, I don't get it, man. Like, I just don't get it. And it's sad and it's disheartening and it sucks. But yeah, you got these guys making fucking jokes. Everybody thinks they're a fucking comedian, like, in this administration or the people that are around them. Hey, bro, this is not the time to be funny, man. Like, get it together or don't do this. Like, it doesn't, you know what I mean? Why did you even have to do this?
Yeah.
Like, that meeting could have been behind closed doors. Absolutely no need for that. All you're trying to do is rub it into people's faces. This is just preposterous.
Yeah, and they're just trying to normalize it to where they can start deporting American citizens to El Salvador too. And everyone's
they're
like,
gonna keep,
and they're going to keep doing it. And it's just like we've talked about before. They're like, and I've even seen people, commentators and political journalists talk about this also. They're like, it's what we went back to when we first started the podcast. It's like, do something. What are you going to do?
Correct.
And that's kind of their
we talked
attitude.
about that
The
first
Supreme
episode.
Court orders us to send this guy back. Sorry, not going to do it.
Bro, you're trying to fucking redefine the word facilitate. Like, that's directly out of, like, the Clinton and Biden playbook, right? Well, it depends on what you mean by relations. You can't just redefine words, bro. Like, facilitate means facilitate. What are we talking about here? And I get
that's
it.
exactly the reason that all the official documents at the UN are done in French, because it's hard to, because in French there's so many words that they're basically have this different meanings. So you can't, like, when you talk in French, you mean what you say. There's so many words to express exactly what you mean, so it can't be mistranslated. And our language is so primal. And like, I feel like it's like, out of all the European languages, it's like caveman, ooga booga language. Like, honestly, and without Norman the Conqueror, English wouldn't even be what it was anyways. Like, they literally needed help from another language to become more civilized. It was like fucking tribal caveman language, Old English, you know?
Should we set up a petition to change the national language to a romance language away from a fucking caveman language?
I mean, that'll never happen. Because, I mean, Trump can't even fucking speak in full sentences anyways. Like, his vocabulary he's you can see his brain, like, tinkering to find a more descriptive word than he knows. And he's like, everyone got the yippies. And you're like, where did you get that? Like, who even says that?
Don't be panicking.
Yeah. Like, and he's creating new stupid words. It's just like...
Panicking has a G. I don't know what you're talking about. You mean pancaking? What's happening right now? Am I not supposed to be eating pancakes? Don't be panicking. Fuck out of here.
It's funny, though, like, circling back to the Blue Origin thing with the women, like, my cousin... like third or fourth cousin, Haley Arsenault. I've never met her, but she was the first female civilian in space. So it's strange to have a weird connection. Yeah, she was on the first civilian SpaceX flight.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, she was like chosen. She's like a cancer survivor, and she seems like pretty amazing. And now she's like a motivational speaker and does some other things. But yeah, it's really strange to have a relation there. I'm actually related to some pretty famous Arsenaults, like one of the guys from Suicide Boys, Scott Arsenault, is also my cousin. Anyone with the same spelling of that last name is actually blood related to me somehow.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
So it's really weird to just be totally against something like this and have someone that is related to you be kind of involved. I mean, she wasn't as cringe as this flight, but it's still weird. It's still weird. It's like, why are we sending civilians to space? I don't understand.
I mean, couldn't you have sent like there's got to be enough like astrophysicists, there's got to be enough rocket scientists that are female. Like you really got to send a fucking pop star, the girlfriend of a fucking talk show host. Yeah, I said it, Gail. To space. Like, what are we fucking doing? Like, is there not somebody who has some value that can be put up there and you can actually tell us what's going on? I got to listen to this dummy. You know who the happiest person was for those 11 minutes? Orlando Bloom. Because he's like, yes, get this bitch away from me. Like, moron, dude. Just an asshole. Like, just asshole. You have to dye your hair blue like I give a fuck? Like, what's wrong with you?
Praying that the rocket blows up.
Jesus Christ, dude. He's like, yo, you mind dropping her off somewhere else? It's like, no, sir, we can't do that. He's like, how much you need for this? Like, outrageous. Who do you think's going to go on the next one? Because you know fucking dummy celebrity. You know what's cool, though, dude, is that there were a bunch of celebrities that were lining up to fucking talk shit about it, females. Like, and I will say, a woman that I gave a little bit of shit to in a previous episode actually came out against it, Olivia Munn. So, hey, good for you. And good for fucking Amy Schumer, even though I can't fucking stand Amy Schumer.
What did Amy Schumer say?
They're all just speaking out against it. Like, it's not needed, it's unnecessary, it's worthless. Like, I agree, dude. But you have a fucking trove of celebrities lining up to do this shit. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Now, here's another thing. What's up with this fucking standard? If this was an all-male celebrity crew, would we be saying it was an all-male celebrity crew? Like, what happened to fucking equal? Like, all of a sudden you have to press in my face that it's an all-women crew? I can fucking see that. It wasn't even the first time ever. It ain't like, what was special about this? Can somebody tell me?
I think that really incredibly wealthy people are so detached from reality and what's really going on that they think it's like a big thing to make history or like get in the Guinness Book of World Records at the cost of millions and millions of dollars and the cost of like heavily polluting the atmosphere. It's just...
Bruh, why don't you take half of that money and rebuild the fucking homes from the Palisade fires?
Or get rid of lead in people's water, or, create thousands of homes for unhoused people. It's just...
Come on, man. There's so many fucking things you could do here. It's just preposterous, man.
Yeah, I bet they send Drake up there next.
Nah, he ain't going up there.
You don't think Drake then he'll be able to win this beef that they got going on without getting in a cage ring fight with Kendrick?
No, that's hilarious that you bring that up though. But if you check social media now, the tide has turned on that, dude.
What do you mean?
More people are saying Drake won that battle ultimately than Kendrick.
Okay, tell me more about that.
It's just like, it's hard to tell you more about it. It's just public opinion, right? So like, there's social media clips going on about it, and like, people are breaking down lyrics, and now it's a lot of the stuff has been proven false, right? So a lot of the stuff that Kendrick was saying that was getting people like, ooh, like, oh my God, he said that. Bro, it's false, it's fake, it's been proven. Like, so it's tricky. I think part of it is that Drake, like I said, dude, exactly what I said weeks ago. Drake continues to put out music and continues to act like this didn't affect him. And Kendrick continues to be a recluse and hasn't really said anything. And, there's like, I'm sad and this and that. Like, cool, bro, put some fucking music out. Come around, be outside. Like, Drake is still doing wild shit. Drake is still out there doing shows, doing live streams with Aiden Ross, making money, doing this. Like, Drake's always going to be a fan favorite, right? Because Drake will always know, even if the tides are turning a little bit, he'll do some shit like he just did with Aiden Ross, where they gave away $1,000 to like a bunch of people on this live stream that they did. You know what I mean? And so it kind of works that way. He also has Academics, which is a big machine, as fucking stupid as Academics is. It's just public opinion, and those guys press public opinion. And look, the lawsuit stuff is moving forward. He was granted discovery. You know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden, it's real quiet on that other side, right? So, I don't know. We're going to find out what happened with all this bot shit. Nah, either have I, but it gets put in my face just because my algorithms and shit, I'm hip-hop, so like it gets put in my face. But I don't know, man. I'm still very interested to see how this goes. I think you are going to really see that bots were used for Kendrick to boost the numbers, whatever. And that will sway public opinion, as fucked up as that sounds, because bots help Drake, bots help every rapper, right? And so, yeah, it's gonna prove his point here, but it's just gonna be like, it's not, is it lying if I omit the fact that I do it also? Well, kinda, but not really to the general public who doesn't know the ins and outs. But yeah, dude, you brought up a funny thing. I believe on that stream or recently, Drake did mention that he would fight Kendrick Lamar, but he wouldn't do it on camera. He's like, if we do it, we're gonna do it quietly in a cage or in a ring or whatever, you know. We're not gonna put it on video and this and that. Which, I mean, look, dude, like, no disrespect to either one of these guys, right? But just sheer size alone, it's a different weight class. So, like, yo, you put a guy who's 5'4" up against a guy who's fucking 5'9", 5'10", it's going to be tough for that 5'4" guy to win in a fist fight, you know? But who the fuck knows? Everybody, dude, I saw a statistic today that said, on average, men overestimate their fighting skill by 400%.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's like everybody talks shit and says they could fight. So it's like Mike Tyson, bro. Everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face.
Well, like, I mean, you never know, too. I mean, like for instance, the bouncers at the club I work at, right? There's one guy who's like he's like an ex-mercenary, and
right.
He does all this tactical stuff. Like, a lot of them, pretty much all of them are into UFC or just MMA stuff anyways.
Yeah, that's a thing now.
But I mean, I think it's been a thing, but I think that this guy's just always talking shit, always showing these tactical videos, and just always talking about how much he can bench, and just, like, you know, talking all this shit. And then there's like this smaller guy who's like shorter than him, and he's not all stocky and just cut up. And so they both went to the gym to spar. And
right.
I mean, this guy is probably maybe 90 pounds less than the other guy. And
wait, what?
So the smaller guy is about 90 pounds less than the other guy who always talks shit. And this other guy is just like being in shape, and I really have a passion for mixed martial arts. And he's never talking shit, you know. He's always like bigging up the other guys that do MMA and everything, and he's like, he trains with one of the guys too. Well,
right.
He put the big guy in submission in like 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's it.
And so, I mean, I have no clue how either of their fighting styles are. But I mean, just looking at it, yeah, like Drake looks like he's cut. And he probably does Drake, these like blood transfusion things that, like, you know, the athletes and like Buster Rhymes and shit do.
No, forget about that, dude. He definitely took a round. He definitely did at least a cycle or two of steroids. That's neither here nor, I mean, like, that's not deniable in my opinion. Like, you look at Drake when he first hit the scene versus Drake now, that's steroids, brother. At some point you did that. Like, it doesn't look natural to me, but at this point you are that big. But yeah, dude, like, size, when you're talking about MMA, size doesn't matter, because if I know jujitsu and you don't, I'm going to get you in a submission hold and you're finished. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. Street fighting, size has an advantage. Boxing, size typically has an advantage. Again, unless you're Mike Tyson, in which case, I'm going to fuck you up, whether you're 5'1" or 6'1", 6'2", 6'10", I don't give a fuck, right? So, you know, it's different. But yeah, dude, he's ready to fight him, and I'm ready to laugh. Although we're never going to see it, so it doesn't matter.
I don't think it'll ever happen. And I mean, like, try doing that without either of your crews having cell phones at some point and like recording some of it.
No, it's not possible. No, it's not possible. Unless you're going to a Dave Chappelle show, you're going to have your phone on you.
I mean, I do like that Kendrick is more quiet about it, and he's just done it on music pretty much, instead of like Drake just constantly talking shit. I think that is unbecoming, but whatever.
See, but that's the thing. Like, yo, I hear you, but like, it ain't like Drake is specifically constantly like calling him out by his name and talking shit. Drake is just continuing to do what he always does, which is, you know, knowing how to be a troll in the best, I guess, in like a sense of being a troll where people are still cool with it. You know what I mean? Because, like, I don't know, maybe he's funny or he's charismatic or whatever, so people are cool with it, but No, dude, I disagree with you. Like, I disagree with you. I think, again, it goes back to what I was saying to you months ago. In order to be that top spot, you got to be visible, man. You have to be playing the game a little bit, right? And he's just not playing the game, which you have every right to not play the game, but you're not going to achieve that. It's just unfortunate. And, you know, the kids who comment online, which kind of sways public opinion, are young kids that are Drake fans. That, you know what I'm saying? They think Kendrick is too wordy or too nerdy or too voicey, and they like Drake bars. So, you know, if they like Drake bars, they like Drake bars. He's gonna continue to make records. They're gonna continue to hit top of the charts. Unlike Will Smith, who just put out a record that didn't chart for the first time ever.
Yeah, Will Smith is a whole different box.
Yeah, dude. But I mean, he put an album out first time in 20 years, and I think it was the first album of his that didn't even hit the Billboard 100.
His shit is trash.
Why even do it?
Because he can. I mean, why would Jay-Z even make a record anymore? He doesn't need to.
He hasn't.
I'm just saying, like, why would any of these multi-millionaire guys that don't need to make a record make a record? Like, there's no reason for J-Lo to make a record, but she wants to make records. There's no reason for Will Smith to make a record, but here we are.
Yeah, see, I hear you, right? But, like, Will Smith makes $40 million a movie, bro. J-Lo don't make that.
She's pretty close. She's one of the highest paid.
That's fine, but she don't make that. And even if you're one of the highest paid females, you ain't touching male.
It doesn't matter. Like, that's not the point, though. She doesn't need to make a record to make more money.
Okay, I feel you. So let's do it this way. Why take like J-Lo has at least consistently been putting music out since she hit the scene, right? Doesn't go more than like 4 or 5 years without putting out a project. Yo, brother, you are a huge international movie star, worldwide phenomenon. You haven't put a rap album out in 20 years. There's no need for this, dude. Like, do a verse here, do a verse there, and cool. Now you're on fucking social media with Diljit Dosanjh, who's a fucking huge Indian act, and doing like fake Indian dances and annoying shit like this. It's just annoying, bro.
I mean, like, according to Google, J-Lo is worth $50 million more than Will Smith.
Nah, that's a lie.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I'm telling you, they're like the same level, like 350 million versus 400 million.
Well,
like,
maybe,
they're the
you know
same.
what? Maybe,
Okay, so what do you believe? Do you believe that they don't have about the same money?
No, I'd have to see the divorce document between her and Mark Anthony before I can make that comment. Because Mark Anthony's got hundreds of millions. So if she came away with a bunch of money in that divorce, yeah, maybe. But no, dude, I think Will Smith has more money. Will Smith has been around since before J-Lo. Will Smith got a piece of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Smith's gotten a piece of every movie he's ever done. Like, Will Smith is almost like he's like the Black Tom Cruise. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this guy has more money than that than people are than is being reported. But again, I'm not in anybody's pockets. I don't fucking know. I'm not a financial advisor.
That's like besides the point of what we're talking about, because it's neither of them need to make a record. They both have probably close to $500 million. Like, why would they need to make a record?
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I respect that. Again, I don't know. I think pop and hip hop are two different worlds, right? So, like, yeah, I don't know. I think in pop, it's more acceptable for her to keep making records. I think in rap, they don't respect you, dog.
Well, Will Smith hasn't been rap forever. He's been pop since his last record. I mean,
but so why go back and make a rap record? Is
Miami a rap song?
Yeah, it was. It was, yeah.
I would say it was like
pop.
Totally pop. I think that's like pretty far.
Maybe you're right.
You know, it's like what we were talking about with the line between country and pop and rap and pop. Like that, I feel like J-Lo and Will Smith at one point were the same music. It was just pop. It was commercial pop.
I respect that.
Like, most hip hop people are not going to consider Will Smith rap or an MC. You know, like an actual MC.
Hear you.
It's like you're not going to consider a lot of pop acts an MC.
But you consider Jazzy Jeff one of the true DJs in hip hop, right?
Yeah, but he never made that transition. Like Jazzy Jeff,
Jazzy Jeff will tell you
still does a lot of very DJ-oriented grassroots
I know.
projects.
And Jazzy Jeff will tell you that Will Smith is an MC. So if a true school DJ is telling me that this guy's an MC, I got to give him a little bit of credence, right?
I mean, has he said
that's
that, or are
Jazzy
you
Jeff.
just speculating
that? No, he said that. That's his.
When did he say that? In 1993?
Recently. No, recently, I think he's on this new album, dude.
I don't know.
I think it's Jazzy Jeff doing a lot of the shit on this
people
album.
can say a lot of things, but like, as music fans, most music fans are going to tell you that Will Smith is not an MC.
Okay, but here's my question for you. If he didn't have this whole Chris Rock slap incident, right? Because, look, hip-hop, they fuck with Chris Rock, right? Ever since New Jack City, Pookie, Chris Rock has been he's been embraced by hip-hop. If they didn't have that slap incident and Will Smith put this album out, although if he didn't have the slap incident, he may not have material to put an album out with. But if he didn't have that slap incident and he put an album out, don't you think more hip-hop guys would have at least ran to it to just try to go give it a listen to see what's up?
I mean, maybe, or a lot of things. I think a lot of people like me and you are probably like, this dude is whack. He hasn't put out any good music since Summertime.
Yeah, that's fact. I would need him to have like a dope feature for me to go and check for
like
it.
That
you know
is the last Will Smith song that I like, that I will still play from time to time. It'll still go off in the club too, honestly.
Oh, no, that shit still goes off. Yeah, so does Miami.
I mean, I don't know about that because I don't play that in the club, but...
No, I've heard Miami in Miami, and it fucking goes off.
Yeah, that might be specific to Miami.
Maybe. I don't know. I think it's a summertime record. I think like even if you're in like wherever in the summer, if a DJ plays that, it's just nostalgia, right? So like the nostalgia of that is gonna get you to to be like, oh fuck yeah, Miami, even though you're in like West Haven, Connecticut. You know what I mean?
Maybe, I don't know.
And it's just like, yeah, I don't know either, but I don't know. Anyways, I just mentioned, and I want you to know, you should check out this guy that I mentioned a second ago, Diljit Dosanjh. Bro, huge Indian act, fucking killer, dope music. A lot of Indian guys like getting a lot of shine recently, and I really love that. I hate it also because where was it when I was actively rapping? But, dude, Indians were represented heavy at Coachella this year. Like, you had Hanuman Kind killed the shit. He brought out authentic Indian drummers from Kerala. Like, Diljit is fucking phenomenal. Diljit was on Jimmy Fallon killing the shit. Like, you're going to hear a lot of this music at my wedding, but yeah, dude, you should check him out. There's a lot of dope acts. And fucking Will Smith actually did a thing on his social media to just try to get that fan base, which, again, he's real smart. He knows what he's doing. He's got the best, people around him. So, again, it's just shocking to me that it didn't chart at all. When it's still Will Smith, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if he's not hip-hop, even if he's not rap, like, it's still fucking Will Smith. Like, where are those numbers? It's just weird to me.
Well, he just doesn't have the popularity that he used to, even with film.
Yeah. What was the last Will Smith movie?
Bad Boys,
Bad Boys.
whatever.
Yeah, Bad Boys. That shit sucked.
Like, I started to watch the Drink Champs with him on it, and I just got bored in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, I ain't really watching that. I watched the Nelly one.
Yeah.
Nelly is fucking wild, bro.
He's a moron.
No, I fuck with Nelly, man. Nelly's cool. I'm all right with Nelly,
he's
man.
Not
like
cool.
Nelly,
he's a Trump supporter, and he's totally a country star now. He has nothing to, like, talk about crossing over. Nelly is trash, man.
That's fine. Everybody,
have you listened to any new Nelly?
Hell no. Hell no, but Country Grammar still gets fucking spins in my car. You know what I'm saying? Like the album, not the song, the album. There's some sleepers on that still, 25 years later or whatever.
Nelly is terrible.
Man. Look, if you're talking about, do you check for? I don't check for that many artists anymore. Like if you ain't Eminem or you're not 50 Cent or you're not, a couple of these guys, Freddie Gibbs, Jadakiss. Like I'm not running to your shit. I don't really give a fuck. Like J. Cole, I listen to. I go look for. Drake puts a record out. I go listen to it day one. Kendrick, same thing. But like for the majority of it, like that Snoop and Dre record they put out recently, like it took me like 2 weeks before I ran around to listening to that. I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll find it when I find it. You know what I mean?
Oh, it was terrible. It's terrible.
I didn't love it. There's 2 songs on there that I liked that I added to my own playlist, and I don't even. I skipped through them.
I think I liked one of them, and I couldn't even tell you the name of it.
I like the record with M and 50. That's the one record that I'm like, all right, I fuck with. It's not even the best record that those guys have done.
Yeah.
But no, I fuck with that. Dude, Damon Wayans was on Shannon Sharp's podcast, and they were talking about In Living Color days, and they're talking about Jim Carrey, and Damon Wayans, on like a throwaway comment, was like, oh yeah, he's like our Eminem. And I was fucking dying laughing, dude.
I mean, kind of.
No, he definitely was.
Like.
He definitely was.
He was the token white guy of the show.
I love Jim Carrey. Yeah, but Jim Carrey credits them for giving him a career. He's like, yo, everybody passed on me. Nobody wanted to fuck with me. And these guys these black brothers gave me a chance.
Yeah.
That's why, to this day, Jim Carrey still fucks with them. Like, he still fucks with Keenan Ivory and them. Like, that's dope to me, you know?
Yeah.
I fuck with Jim Carrey.
I know Jim Carrey just strikes me as a person that didn't forget his roots and where he came from.
Yeah, no, not at all. I agree with that. I think Jim Carrey's, he's a whack job and he's like kind of lost his mind a little bit with certain things, but nah, Jim Carrey he keeps it real when it comes to like.
I don't think so.
love.
I think that it might be like some pop culture distortion. I really think that Jim Carrey is probably a pretty solid person. I mean, he got into it with Mussolini's like granddaughter from one of the paintings that he did of Mussolini being hung in the streets.
just Google it though, dude. Like, yo, look, he was married to Jenny McCarthy for a while. Like, she's a whack job. Like, he got into some weird shit, but I still fuck with Jim Carrey. Like, I'm a Jim Carrey
he's
fan.
An actor. Like, what actor isn't? And he's a method actor too. Like, what method actor isn't going to be a little strange?
Yeah, that's facts. You play Andy Kaufman for long enough, you're going to go a little crazy.
Like, you have to be a little weird to not be the character of Ace Ventura perfectly executed.
Yeah, no, that's facts. That's facts. Andy Kaufman, like I said, yeah. No. Jim Carrey's aces in my book. I'm cool with Jim Carrey. I fuck with Jim Carrey.
Well, speaking of consumer gripes and rap music, one of our topics that you brought up was customer service gripes. Did you want to expand on that?
Yeah, I'm sick and tired of fucking, like, dude, even last night, like, I'm just so sick and tired of fucking dealing with like shitty people, like shitty customer service reps, people that work in places. Bro, I understand times are tough, but if you want to be an asshole, don't fucking work here. Like, it's that simple, bro. Go work somewhere where you're not publicly interfacing with clients. I'm just tired of it. Like, yo, customer service has just gone down the tubes. And it's everything, dude, from like your waiter to the bartender to the fucking checkout person at the grocery store. Everybody has a fucking attitude. Like, yo, it's annoying. If I ask you where I could find fucking toothpaste and you're wearing a CVS vest, don't act like you don't fucking work here.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. It's fucking annoying. Like, yo, these guys act like I owe them something or people owe them something. Brother, I'm just here to get my fucking coffee and go. Like, I don't want to have a whole discussion with you. I don't need that. All of a sudden, waiters these days are asking questions. They don't even wait for you to answer. They just answer, hey, how was the crab cake? Good? Phenomenal. No, it wasn't fucking good, dude. The crab cake was terrible. I'm tired of your attitude. Bring me my fucking check and let me get the fuck out of here. Like, you know what I mean? It's the worst. It is the fucking worst. Yeah, customer service, man. They're the worst. And I worked in customer service, man. Like, I've done this. I did everything. I was man, I don't even know. Yeah, shit, it boils my blood. I don't know. Fucking customer service.
Tell me this. Do you find that there's a difference between customer service when you're dealing with like independent mom and pop places and then just like major corporations?
No.
Like, okay.
No, not anymore. Yeah, I mean, look, sometimes, yeah, but not anymore. Dude, I'll give you an example, right? So they always used to say, right, the customer is always right. Remember that saying?
Of course.
That shit is gone.
Oh, yeah.
I saw this today. Yo, this guy posted a picture of his receipt. I'll tell you what the receipt said in a second, but let me tell you what happened. So this guy goes to a restaurant and he orders a Miller Lite. Simple. The waitress brings back a Bud Light and on her way back to the table opens the bottle, right? And puts the open bottle on the guy's table. The guy says, yo, I wasn't going to say shit. My friend who was with me said, yo, just let her know you ordered a Miller Lite. So the guy, I guess, told the waitress, yo, I ordered a Miller Lite. So the woman now has to eat the Bud Light, right? Like, she has to pay for that. So she brings the Miller Lite. He drinks both of them, whatever. Bro, on the receipt, this lady charged him a bitching fee, $5 bitching fee. What? The guy didn't even bitch. He's like, bro, I didn't bitch at all. He's like, look, I've bitched in my life before, so I'm sure I owe that money. But it's like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
what
he asked you for
establishment was this? That sounds outlandish.
Some mom and pop restaurant.
Wow.
Some mom and pop restaurant. It wasn't like a corporate place. But, yo, it worked. You know, look.
I've seen that happen. I've seen that happen on, like, Impractical Jokers. If you watch that show, they've done that actual thing. Where like, this was a customer gripe fee, and like people throw a fit because it's outlandish. Clearly, it's stupid.
It's wild. The guy was like, yo, I didn't even say anything. I just paid the money and bounced because, like, what's this chick gonna do? You know what I'm saying? And, like, there's people on the fucking comments defending the restaurant, this, that.
I
like,
would have
yo,
walked
fuck you.
out. I would have walked out.
I wouldn't have paid shit. I would have been
wouldn't
like,
paid
yo.
anything. I would have walked out and I would have wrote on this receipt, this is outlandish.
Ridiculous,
I'm
dude.
never coming here again.
Ridiculous. You want to see it? You want to hear another thing?
Apprehend me. What are you going to do? I'm walking out on this tab and I'm never coming back here again.
Whatever. I probably wouldn't have gone that far. I probably would have just minus that $5, you know what I'm saying? And just paid whatever I really owed and then just dipped and been like, I'm not doing that. Fuck you.
There's no
But,
way.
yo, look, it works. It works both ways. Like, I'm not just here to shit on customer service guys. Like, some customers are pieces of shit, right? So, I'll give you a flipped example. Yo, I saw all this, like, within the last 2 days. This is crazy. So I'll give you another example. So same thing, another restaurant story. Yeah, I don't know. I guess my issues are mostly with restaurants because I'm so tired of how it goes these days. But, yo, this guy posts a picture of his receipt. On the receipt, right? I mean, I'm sorry, the waitress posts a picture of the receipt that she got from a customer. So on the receipt, it was like, I don't know, maybe a $20 bill. The guy puts $100. The woman, it's a woman who wrote this, who was the customer. She puts on the tip $100 and then totals out the number, like $120, whatever, and signs the bill, right? On top of it, in green marker, she writes, ha ha ha, no tip, April Fools, no tip. Yo, the fucking waitress went and cashed the receipt. Now the woman's trying to sue the restaurant and the waitress because she said it was an April Fool's joke. Like, yo, that's not how life works. You can't fucking sign a receipt and then be like, no, it was an April Fool's joke. No, it wasn't, you fucking asshole. Like, this woman works hard. The waitress works hard. Like, yo, you wrote 100. You're going to have to pay that fucking 100. So people are assholes too. I get it. But, like, yo, if I come in and I'm super nice and I'm quiet and I just do my thing, don't be a fucking dickhead. Like, there's no need for it. No need for it at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yesterday,
agreed.
I won't tell you the restaurant. Yesterday, I'm at a restaurant, Mexican restaurant near my apartment. And last time I had gone there, they didn't have Fortaleza, which is a tequila. So I'm like, yo, you guys got Fortaleza? He's like, no, man, it's hard to find. Don't fucking tell me it's hard to find. Fortaleza's at a bunch of fucking liquor stores. But he wanted to have an attitude. So I'm like, all right, bro, next time I go to a liquor store, I'll bring you a fucking bottle of Fortaleza. I mean, me and him are cool, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually bring this guy a bottle of liquor. How many customers are doing that? But I'm going to be like, yo, brother, I found it pretty easy. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to give me an attitude just because I asked if you had more Fortaleza. Like, you could say no. You know what I mean? He's like, nah, we ran out. I said, yeah, I'm the guy that drank all of it. I thought maybe you guys would restock it. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's hard to find. It's not hard to find, bro. You're a fucking restaurant. But no biggie.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It does work both ways. And I think that just in the climate of the country right now, it's just a lot of back and forth like this.
Yep.
You know?
That's correct. Yep. And then see, the thing about it, too, that bothers me is that it's become now acceptable to be like, oh, well, they're this supporter. Like, so what? You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't mean you could just be an asshole to them. Like, I'm not saying like that. You could tell me like, yo, I don't fuck with Nelly. He's a Trump supporter. He's gone this way, that way. Cool. That's fine. But that doesn't, if you were in front of Nelly, like as his waiter, you can't fucking spit in his food and be like, yeah, he's a Trump supporter. Like, dude, that's not how this works.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's preposterous. And even yet, my girl was a little bit, like, my girl was like, yo, why are you being so snippy? And I'm like, what's he going to do? Spit in my taco? Like, I'm just talking to him. Like, me and him were just talking.
Maybe.
Nah, he's not, because we were cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't a really, like, contentious back and forth. But my girl's always like, yo, calm down. You know what I mean? And thank God for her. Otherwise, who knows? I might have snapped a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know? Because I get into my moods, dude. I get it, and sometimes, but then, yo, bro, you should apologize or whatever. And this is going back to the same thing we talked about weeks ago. It's just like, now everything has to go on the internet. So, like, everybody has to have an opinion on it. You know what I mean? And I don't really give a fuck about your opinion. It happened to me.
Well, yeah, like, where is just the generalized kindness and, like, treating people how you want to be treated? I think that if people operated like that more so...
Yeah, that
like,
died in 2010.
We're all frustrated. I get that we're all frustrated, but there's literally no reason to treat a stranger like crap.
Not at all, dude. Not at all. Not at all. If you go to my social media page today, I posted this thing that I created a couple years ago, and it says, how you treat people who can do nothing for you says the most about you. And that's facts. You know what I mean? That's how I try to live my life. Because, like, it's cool. I got to treat my boss with respect. I mean, they pay for me to be able to live. I got to treat my elders that I know with respect. Those are my elders, whatever it is. But, bro, I also got to treat strangers that can't do anything for me with respect just because isn't that, again, I know we like to parse words in America and create new definitions, but isn't that the definition of respect?
Yeah, I mean, that is just like we've lost touch with that in our culture. It's just become so. There's just so like rugged individualism just permeates our culture to the point where there is no more social togetherness. The social glue in that respect has just been totally lost.
Yeah, it's every man for himself. Meanwhile, there's a fucking 5.2 earthquake in San Diego, and the elephants at the San Diego Zoo all band together to protect the young. Like, we don't do that.
No, we've gotten
as
so
humans,
far
we
away.
don't do that.
And I believe that this all has to do with consumerism and just like rampant, advanced capitalism. It's created a me first society.
Yeah, I think social media also came and fucking really put the nail in that coffin with like, oh, I can't fuck with you. You don't have enough fame. Like, what does that mean? Like, you're not popular enough, so I'm not gonna fuck with you. Like, you don't. I work at Starbucks. You don't know how popular I am.
I think it exacerbates it, but if you look at other countries like China, for instance, they still have more social togetherness, more social unity than we do, and they have social media too.
Nationalism, yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you. You know what I mean? I don't know. What do you want to talk like? Now everybody is easy to lean on. Like, well, we're a nation of a whole bunch of different people, so fuck you. Like, no, that's not how this works. It's actually supposed to bring us together.
I mean, we have nationalism too. I mean, but it's like
we have white nationalism.
I mean, yeah, but it doesn't matter. Nationalism in any sense is going to be toxic to a society, like and make people less together. It's going to just
facts.
Dissolve connections and create more rifts in people's relationships. Just like we're saying, there's one political party in China.
I know.
So pretty much everyone's on the same nationalist page. Where here, where here, that's not the case.
Yeah. Meanwhile, a French Cajun guy from Louisiana and a child of Indian immigrants from New York have been best friends for fucking over 20 years and have no issues, even though we've butt heads sometimes. It doesn't split us apart. Doesn't make me hate you. You don't call me out for my skin color. Like, you know what I mean? Like, on such a micro level, like, if you and I, who really on paper have zero in common, can find common ground and actually build an entire like working and friendship relationship, what is your excuse, man?
Yeah.
Wild. I was wrong about the traffic, by the way.
You were wrong about traffic? What do you mean?
Yeah, I fucking jinxed myself because now I'm sitting in fucking bumper to bumper.
Lovely.
Yeah, this is wild.
Yeah. Well, anything else you want to touch on? We never got to Bill Murray last time. Do you want to touch on that? Like, what you want to expand on Bill Murray being a creep and an asshole?
Here's the thing. I would like people to put in the comments, like, why do you like Bill Murray? Like, I don't understand. Like, and even recently, Mart, like after me and you talked about this like 2 weeks ago, Bill Murray. Bill Murray got brought up in our conversation 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. Like, just as recently as last week. And I get it. I don't want anybody stepping on my shoes either. But when people step on my shoes, I say sorry because I don't want to get into an issue with you. This guy was at the movie theater. Bill Murray was at the movie theater and somebody was hounding him or whatever. But I guess the guy got too close to him or stepped on the back of his shoe and he turned around and like berated the guy in the middle of the fucking movie theater. Like, dude, calm down. You're Bill Murray. People want to be around you. Like, you could take it the fuck easy. I've just heard so many stories about Bill Murray being difficult and Bill Murray being an asshole. And it's like, dog, why? You're a comedian. Like, what do you have to be so angry about? Same thing with Chevy Chase. My Bill Murray gripes the same shit with Chevy Chase. But yeah, in the comments, let me know why you guys actually like Bill Murray. Because I've heard he's a fucking creep when it comes to women. And I've heard, the whole Khalees thing was fucking weird to me. You remember that?
Vaguely. Did they hook up or something?
Yeah, I think they were like dating or they were being coy about it or whatever. But like, I don't know. That shit's weird to me. Bill Murray just comes off as like a weird creep. Like, a lot of these, and again, I don't mean to be this guy, but like, a lot of these old celebrity white guys are fucking assholes, man. Like, you hear so many stories about it, and you're just like, that's fucking terrible. Vince Vaughn, that's another one. We could get into my Vince Vaughn story on another podcast, dude, and we could talk about that. But, yeah, dude, I've actually had personal interactions with a lot of these guys, and I'm just like, you're a fucking asshole. Like, and so...
Vince Vaughn, he's like Gen X, but Bill Murray, that's a whole different thing. He's like a boomer, but I think he gained popularity.
Still, boomers, Gen X, doesn't matter.
I think he gained popularity with the millennials with Lost in Translations or whatever that movie was called.
I agree.
And then there was this whole like Bill Murray pop culture explosion. Like, Bill Murray's so cool. I'm like, I mean, he's had some funny movies, but a lot of the original SNL guys are just total dicks. Like just like Chevy Chase is a closet racist. Bill Murray
I don't know how closeted he is.
Bill Murray was just on Rogan. That instantly makes me lose respect for someone.
Yeah. I mean, that's your thing, right? Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, I hear you. Shout out to, except for Fred. Shout out to Fred.
I mean, whatever. No. I didn't lose respect for Fred on Rogan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That was before like he took the really big right-wing dip. I mean, up until the election, he was saying that he'd never support Trump, and then all of a sudden he's like, I fully support Trump. But now, he's like backpedaling on a lot of stuff, and he's like, oh, this is bad what they're doing, and maybe this isn't good. And there was actually, he had like a pro-Zionist and a pro-Palestinian activist on that had a debate that was actually pretty good. I watched most of the debate.
Word.
So I don't know, like I sometimes have a hard time believing he's not some kind of right-wing psyop, but lately, the last year and change, like I really take a second look at you if you're going on to Rogan,
I get it. Look, I get it, but just to circle it back to the Bill Murray thing, where you said there was a Bill Murray pop culture explosion, right? I'm guilty of that. Like, do you remember this website, The Chive? I don't know if you remember this. This is probably like 15, so it's probably like at least 20 years ago, The Chive. It was thechive.com. The shit might even still exist, but it was just like one of those stupid-ass websites where they had like pictures of hot girls, and like it was like a directed for men, whatever, like a men's site. And not like a porn site, just a regular site with like, scantily clad girl, and they sold gear, right? They sold merch. And one of their biggest things was keep calm and chive on. It was like all over the place, right? And mad people like took it and ran with it, keep calm and whatever on. But keep calm and chive on was the thing. They actually made a shirt of like a black and white like Bill Murray face. I bought that shit. But that was before I even cared to really think about like what Bill Murray really gets down with. And I don't care. But it got put in my face so much that it's like, this guy's clearly an asshole. So get him the fuck out of here. But yeah, dude, I'll admit that I jumped on the bandwagon for a hot second. I still own that fucking shirt with Bill Murray's face on it. I don't wear it no more. But it's in my fucking drawer.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Everybody sometimes can get on that, but like, yeah, fuck Bill Murray.
I don't really know much about Bill Murray. Like I think the last thing I saw of Bill Murray was that movie Zombieland. He has a cameo in as himself.
Is that right?
But yeah, that is the last time I've even thought. Well, I guess I saw that he was on Rogan, but I never watched it. So,
but he just be like popping up. Like he just pops up at places.
Yeah,
like he'll pop up at like a festival or like a rap concert.
Yeah, when he wants some attention. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. Why are you at a rap concert?
Yeah.
But I don't know, pandering, I guess. Who the fuck knows?
Well, I know you got somewhere to be in a little bit, and I appreciate you making the time this week, man.
Yeah, my brother. I love you. And it was a good. My bad that I had to catch me in the car, but sometimes that's how it's gonna be because I'm on the move, and I love you. And shit, we'll catch up next week.
Yes, indeed. And everyone, please make sure you like and subscribe and share, and we will see y'all next week.
Yo, peace.
Peace.
I'm high pace with a high rise taste.
Addicted to the vapors of paper. Embark in the darkest sins in the hearts of men. Every rapper that rap ain't celebrity.
I'm high pace with a high rise taste.
Addicted to the vapors of paper.